Yeah. Let's say there is a path in which, for example, you heard of the Agoris, the
Yes,
Hindus?
indeed.
Yeah, where
Yes.
they actually eat the flesh of humans.
Yes, indeed. I have heard about them.
Okay, so
The
you
body
agree
that has been.
would you agree with eating human flesh as being something that you should abandon or something that is okay to indulge in?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it
You have no
as long
problem
as
with anyone eating human flesh.
they eat flesh of dead bodies which have
You know,
been discarded.
wait.
Muhammad
Are you
said it.
saying the avatars are full Paramatma?
Indeed, they are. They are.
Okay.
What is an
Did the
avatar?
wait. Is the avatars of, for example, do you know the story of Mohini,
Mohini. Yeah, yeah.
the avatar of Vishnu?
Yeah, yeah. Mohini and Shiva story is there.
Was she
Shiva.
Paramatma?
No, no, she wasn't a Paramatma.
There you
She was
go.
just elect.
Exactly.
No,
So
no.
don't say all avatars are Paramatma. Okay, you are misrepresenting Hinduism. Don't think we were born yesterday.
No, no, these are dramas that are enacted to capture the imagination of people. When the Srimad Bhagavatam is a whole book which is there to capture people who are worshippers of Vishnu. So they had to, cook up these kind of dramas to make people remain attached to these things instead of some mundane things of the world. So
Are
you
you
see,
saying they're not even real? They are just acting in drama?
so these are stories or what we call leelas that the god enacted, which were captured just for people who were worshipping of those particular deities. For the Shiva worshippers,
Rohan,
you
let me
have.
get this right. Did Ram exist in reality or not?
Well, I cannot profess it with 100% certainty. Some people say yes, some people say no. I've got nothing to do with
Wait a
it.
minute. Just now you said they were all Paramatma.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay,
So Rama,
but you don't know
whether
if they exist or not. That's quite a.
even okay, even if Rama existed or even if he did not exist, the character of Rama is capable enough to drive me away from these mundane existence to something on the divine realm. This is the whole
That makes
purpose.
no sense at all. If it didn't exist, then
So,
whatever act or whatever actions
so
that happen, it's
just
just
for
fiction.
clarification, then, if they're not important, can you worship Superman and Batman?
If Superman and Batman are superimposed with the narratives of infinite compassion, truthfulness, love for everything, non-violence, if these ideals are what they represent and stand for, they are fit enough. Yes.
Do
But
we
where do you
see?
get those values from, though, objectively?
Yes, that is exactly. In fact, in our Patanjali Yoga Sutra, this is exactly what is being mentioned. You can worship anything and everybody who has an heart which is infinite in compassion and truthfulness. So that when your mind is filled with these ideas or these people, then your life will transform. Why do you want to be? Why do you guys even read prophets'
So,
biography? So that
just
your life will
The
transform.
prophet
just
was real, man. Come on.
just a clarification here, Rohan. Kalima that you say,
Yes, yes.
infinite compassion and what did you say?
Truthfulness, non-violence, everything.
Non-violence.
Yes,
How is Kali
yes.
represented?
Because in our society, we definitely have thieves and thugs. If they are punished, is it a sense of violence?
Now,
No,
how is she
these thugs are
represented, by the way, in idol form?
idle form. Indeed, she is being depicted in a form where she's hammering,
Go ahead.
where she's depicted in a form where she's actually hammering some of these thugs in the society who are causing immense torment to sane people. So she's worshipped in that form. So it's perfectly fine. Anybody who is attracted to that form can go to that. If not, they can go to Sri Ram. If not, they can go to Sri Krishna. If not, go
No.
to Allah. If not,
Before
go
you
to
move on to
Jesus.
somewhere else, so you talked about infinite mercy and compassion. Does that
Yes.
include compassion to the thugs, or does it exclude it?
To everybody. There is nobody who is
So
removed from the.
you're saying gods that is represented like in form of Kalima. I mean, anyone can Google and look at the picture right now. And you're saying infinite compassion means everybody, and yet the idols that you actually carve shows how angry she is and how she's got swords or whatever, like cutting the heads of someone. There's different representation. So that's not showing infinite compassion, is it? Even to thugs.
See, if I am a sane man and I am being tormented by thugs in the society, and
And I'm talking about the thugs themselves. If you say infinite compassion, and infinite compassion includes thugs, why does it exclude it? Are you saying it excludes them? Does it exclude the criminals?
Punishment is also a form of compassion. A teacher punishes a student. Does it mean that she has got some vengeance towards the student? No. Her only intention is to set order in the class. The same thing she is being done, and she responded to the calls of same people who are being tormented by these devils. She responded, and that's where we see her compassion. And it's not that somebody who was punished will suffer in hell for eternity, as is in Islamic theology. There is no concept of eternal hell in India or in Hinduism. Here, everybody will be reformed. Everybody will be given the opportunity to reform and come to the domain of eternal happiness. Eternal
when is that
heaven.
happening? When does that happen?
This whole life cycle is the same. It is the
Can
continuous
you
cycle.
give us one example of someone reached that end of the life cycle?
Well, I am somebody who worships Buddha. So I for sure can say that Buddha is one. And of course, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Swami Vivekananda, who are incidentally worshippers of Ma Kali. So innumerable.
So they have reached, so these individuals that you've mentioned, they have reached the ultimate level of moksha, or whatever you would call it, nirvana, or whatever you call it, the end of their cycle, right?
We can see that by their actions. Do they behave with infinite compassion and zero vengeance and hate? Indeed, there is that reflection of nirvana. Wherever you see that zero hatefulness, there is nirvana.
Yeah, we did see that in the Buddhist population monks. We saw that they were so much in their zero vengeance, and eventually, when the story of Rohingya came along, then we really appreciate the true nature of this belief in action. Yes, we did see them. I mean, I'm sure you did not miss that too.
No, certainly not. Not just the Rohingyas. Even it happened in Sri Lanka also, which is also a Buddhist country.
Yeah, exactly. So
yes.
In Islam, if you have a question about or some misunderstanding of eternal hell, the eternity, not everyone goes to eternal hell. Did you know that?
Yes, like for sure, I am going to eternal hell according to Islam because
Hang
I am
on.
a polytheist.
Not everyone goes to eternal hell. Did you know that?
We don't know what state you're going to die, so we can't be certain.
Yeah, but I'm a polytheist, and I understand that anybody who does shirk.
Allah gives hidayah to whom he wishes. By the way, I think Brother Zishan's got something to add, inshallah.
Yeah, Rohan, can I ask you a simple question, please?
Yes, please, sir.
So, just from kind of your understanding, so my view is it makes sense to believe in one all-powerful God, and your view is to worship many gods. So how would you convince me to stop believing in an all-powerful God and no godlings, and to worship multiple gods? What's your strongest argument?
Well, at first, I do not want you to stop worshipping that one single God. You are on a right path, and I request you to please stick to that. And to people who really want to, be polytheists, the message is from the scripture itself. Do not concentrate on multiple gods. Like if somebody wants to reach America, you concentrate on how you can. You've already boarded the ship. Now you concentrate on how this ship can take you to America. If you simply keep juggling your mind between a ship or even a rocket or an aeroplane and all these things, you can never get concentrated. You will never reach your destination. Pick up one path, stick to that. The Lord will bless you and stick to your journey. The Lord is all merciful.
What if that one path you chose was wrong?
Any path which teaches you truth, non-violence.
No. Let's say that path you chose, you thought that was going to take you to the destination. What if it is wrong?
As long as the path has these ideas of truth, non-violence, and love for all, it is not a wrong path. If any of these things is
Rohan, you keep mentioning non-violence and truth and stuff like this. Where have you got this criteria from, and how do you prove it?
Well, moksha is something which is okay. The modern science will help you here. If you ever talk to psychologists, they will tell you the more you are a fake person, the more entangled your life will be. So if you want moksha, the more truthful you are, the more blissful your life will be.
Okay, let me ask you this, Rohan. Do you think there is in any truth can there be a contradiction?
When the truth is subjective, there will definitely be contradictions between your truth and mine. When it is an objective
So when you
truth,
say subjective, you mean like man-made, yeah?
yes, like for example, if an individual claims that he is a messenger of God, well, that is his subjective truth. It cannot be a reality for all of us.
Unless he shows you an objective evidence for that.
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so
And
once again, in any truth, can there be contradiction? Because once you have a contradiction, would you even term it as truth?
well, truth alone exists. There are no contradictions, but the best thing to understand this is through that chameleon. It changes its colors over time. So, what is the ultimate truth there? To understand that this
We're not
chameleon
talking about
changes.
chameleons. I'm talking about the truth. For example, I'll give you an example. There's you said you can choose any path you want. Yeah. Let's say there is a path in which, for example, you heard of the Agoris, the Hindus?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, where
Yes.
they actually eat the flesh of humans.
Yes, indeed. I have heard about them.
Okay, so cannibalism, do you consider it as truth or something which should be abandoned?
So please don't use the word cannibalism because they don't go hunting for humans.
It
They
doesn't matter.
only
They eat human flesh. That is the definition of a cannibal.
okay.
Would
The
you
body
agree
that
with,
has been
would you agree with eating human flesh as being something that you should abandon or something that is okay to indulge in?
they do not kill a person and consume his meat. The
I
bodies.
didn't ask you how it happens. All I said is they
Yeah.
consume human meat. Okay, human flesh. And in my book, that is cannibalism.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it
You have no problem with anyone eating human flesh.
As long as they eat flesh of dead bodies, which have been discarded.
Earlier you were saying about truth, about morals, about this. All of a sudden you're agreeing with eating human flesh. Seriously.
When
This is what happens when you have too many people having subjective opinions, having different philosophies which contradict one another. You end up with, Hinduism is actually not one religion. It's like multiple different subjective philosophies. So as many Hindus, if I ask a question, they will give me as many answers. Okay? Because most Hindus, as you and I both know, do not even read the scriptures. Yes? Most of them are ignorant of the scriptures. And this is something that even the learned Hindus would agree with. And those who are sincere. So when you have multiple opinions of how to reach God Almighty, then you end up with a lot of contradictions. You end up people like Aghori, who are actually banned in many Indian states for that action of theirs, of eating the flesh.
Can you please name one state?
Wait a minute.
Can you please name one state?
One state.
Wrong information.
Maharashtra.
Yes, you please.
I gave you a state. Go check it out. They have it in their jurisdiction that these people are banned from that place.
Oh my God! Can you please? I'll stay back
here,
here,
my friend. If you don't believe me, go look it up. This is something that they have actually written down. I think because there was a lot of issues. Look, trust me. When your child dies or when anyone in your family dies, you don't want it to be eaten by any Aghori. Trust me, you don't want it. Okay? The Hindus and the Muslims both respect their dead. The last thing you want is somebody consuming it after they have died.
Wait a second, let me explain. It's not if I don't want my child's dead body to be eaten, I will dispose it off in a certain manner. For example, I may donate it to a government medical hospital for further research on human physiology. This is my choice. Somebody may have an alternate choice.
Would you want it to be eaten by an Aghori?
There may be somebody who wants
that. I'm asking you, Rohan, I'm asking you, would you want your dead family member whom you loved, would you want them to be eaten by an Aghori?
I will say I am very happy to offer my dead body to any of these Aghoris who want to probe what is beyond death.
Why not your child? Why not your family member whom you love?
That is their personal choice. Who am I to infringe upon their rights and wishes?
Okay, good. So you're okay to your body to be eaten by an Aghori? Yes.
Very happy.
You're okay with cannibalism? Now wait a minute. If I ask another Hindu and he completely disagrees with that, wouldn't that be a contradiction in philosophy?
No, contradiction is not there. All 1 billion Hindus.
One says yes, another says no. One says it is evil, the other says it's good. It is a contradiction, my friend, whether you like it or not. But anyway, I think we have given you enough time. So have you got anything before you leave?
Yeah, it was very kind of you to offer me time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And look, we like discussions with Hinduism. We don't want to come across as people who mock your religion or your gods. If that did happen, it wasn't the intention. The intention here is to understand each other so that we can communicate with each other to understand each other, and this will
But if you
this
have
will be
given me
more
given a
productive and
wrong
more meaningful in the bigger realm of things.
We were just giving
sorry to interrupt.
examples to illustrate, to see how coherent your belief system is. So the examples that we've chosen to use is just to bring out, the heat, of criticism, so that you understand, how coherent you can explain your belief system. Anyway, Rohan, it's a pleasure having you here, and hopefully we will have you in our other streams next time. Okay, you take care. Bye now.